Hi guys, my name is Annalise. Welcome to my channel. I am a beauty expert and a natural rejuvenation author. I wrote a book called The Yoga Face and created a workshop called The Yoga Face 2, which is natural facial rejuvenation through yoga. So in today's video, I wanted to go over how to do an acupressure facelift. Now, I've shown this before with a special tool, but I wanted to show it to you if you didn't have a tool and if you just had stuff at home that you wanted to use to give yourself an acupressure facelift. Now, acupressure is based on traditional Chinese medicine and the healing arts of China, and some other countries in the Far East also use acupuncture or acupressure. Basically what it is it's an energy system, and there's a theory that there are meridians running through your body. It's similar to yoga, where we call the meridians something different. They're marma points and nadis. It's the subtle energetic body. But either way, whether you're doing acupressure, acupuncture, or subtle energetic body work in yoga, you're working with energy systems. So acupuncture and acupressure can help lift your face by freeing energy blockages. But the good news is, in addition to that, they also work, it's a holistic system. So it's working with organ health. And the theory is that imbalance creates sickness, and often imbalance starts in the organs. And then those organs get blocked and it goes haywire. So by doing acupressure on your face, you're freeing up blocked energy, and it's really amazing how this works. So I'm gonna get started. I'll show you how it works, okay? So I thought today, first of all, you wanna have like a little bit of moisturizer on your skin. My skin, I'm not wearing any makeup. I have a little eye makeup and lipstick on, but I have no foundation or anything like that. So I think I just have a little bit of moisturizer that has zinc in it because I was biking home today from Manhattan to Brooklyn. So I'm going to put on a little bit of the essential organic cold pressed jojoba oil. This brand's called Now. It's kind of like a health food store brand. I wouldn't call it the highest level, but it's a pretty good bang for the buck. And the main thing is it's organic and it's expeller pressed. You want organic because your skin, the pores, whatever you put on your face goes right into your bloodstream and then into your internal organs. So if you're putting on things like sodium lauryl sulfate or additives or dyes, if you wear any kind of face product that has artificial ingredients, that's going to go into your bloodstream and into your organs. So that's really counterproductive to what we're trying to do, which is create organ health, right? So this is actually feeding your skin. I'll show you the label. Basically anything you put on your skin, if you wouldn't eat it, don't put it on your skin. Now I am wearing a little mascara and a little eyeshadow and lipstick. I would take that off, obviously, also you can use jojoba oil as a makeup remover, but it's not going into my pores. So I put a little bit of that into this dropper. And what I'm gonna do is just put a couple drops on my hand. And you can use jojoba as a face cleaner also, as I mentioned. I'll do a tutorial on that. But for now, just rubbing it between my hands. And I'm following the energy pathways of my face, right? So I'm gonna go from here upward. I'm gonna go from here upward. I'm gonna do a little Tibetan chi massage to my forehead. And when you touch your skin, light, upsweeping movements are great unless otherwise specified. There's some cases where, like for lymphatic drainage, you wanna bring it down. I'll show you that in a second. But for here, I'm giving myself a preliminary face massage that will also lift my face, going into those procerus muscles where the number 11 lines can form, giving myself a little acupressure like that. And then from the midline out and up in my cheeks and in my jaw. I find my nodule right here. There is a lymph nodule here So if you want to sculpt your face, I'm just giving you a little bit of lymphatic drainage. Lymph can build up right in here and make your face look puffy. Lymph is the drainage system of the body. A lot of chemicals and toxins can gather in the lymph. The lymph flushes it out, but sometimes lymph gets backed up. So you want to sweep down, and then there's a little lymph node point here. If you feel sore in here or here, that's a sign that you've got some toxins building up. Okay, I can show you in another tutorial, I'll show you how to do this with gua sha. But for now, we're sticking to the topic, which is acupressure. So just kind of priming my face because I'm going to be touching it, right? So I want to make sure it's moist. I'm not dragging on it, but I don't want it to be so slick that it's hard to do the acupressure. So a little face massage while I'm here. Find my little nodule at the base of my ear to get out lymph. Go down here. Wow, it's sore on this side. I think I've got a little bit of toxin buildup on the side of my lymph nodes. So I go down, and then you can kind of just rub it back and forth. It feels really good. So like in any acupressure, acupuncture, or even lymphatic face massage situation, if you feel sore, that's a sign that there's some imbalance there. Okay, let's get to it. So today I thought I would show you how to do this with chopsticks. I know it's kind of crazy. You can also use your fingertip or a pencil. The kind of pencil that doesn't have an eraser, like a colored pencil, the smooth one is good. If you have smooth chopsticks, those are probably better, like something laminated or lacquered. But I kind of just want to show how anyone can do this with the caveat, right, that you don't want to do it too hard. Okay, so you could go into the acupressure point and just spiral. Spiral, spiral, spiral. This is a big acupressure point. It's at the third eye. So what's this going to do for me? All of these are different organ points, and they treat different areas of the body. This corresponds with number 11 lines and smoothing those out. It'll also help to lift your forehead. Okay, I'm gonna lean in. You can see there's a little mark there. Now I could obviously just do this with my fingertip. The reason I'm showing you how to do it with an implement other than your hand, though, is just to give you the idea that be creative. You can use things as long as they're clean and sanitized. That's one of the reasons I did this, because it was wrapped in paper and it was clean and sanitized. I can feel that I am out of balance in this organ point because it's very tender and sore. So I'm going to rub it. 30 to 40 spirals is usually good. Okay, so there we go. Now, I'm not going to do my inner eye corner with the stick. I'm going to do that with my fingertip, okay? So I'm only going to do one side of my face, and then you can see the before and the after. So you kind of find your tear duct area, and you spiral that. Obviously, you don't want to get a lot of oil there. Now, my skin was dry today because I just went swimming in the pool, and even though I took a shower and washed my face and put on some moisturizer, I'm feeling dry. So little oil, it was absorbed right away. And that's one of the great things about jojoba oil. It works on all skin types. I think I smeared my eye makeup a little there. This would be optimal without eye makeup on. All right, now the next pressure point after this and this is going to be the inner eyebrow corner. I'm going to go ahead and do that with the chopstick. And I counted to about 40 spirals. Okay, so again, you could do that with your fingertip pressure. Again, I'm feeling a little bit of imbalance. These are liver points we're working on now, and that tends to be my organ imbalance. You can tell if you have liver imbalance because you'll get liver spots, brown spots, like I have one on my hand, a couple on my hand, and you're prone to number 11 lines. People who get liver imbalance tend to be type A or kind of intense. So I'll let you figure that out for yourself. Your next pressure point after this eyebrow is right above the eyebrow. Okay, I'm gonna take my little chopstick again. I'm gonna try the other side. It's a bit flatter, but it's also wider, it's less pointy. That was 40. Not feeling so much sensitivity here. It's basically right above the pupil. You can go to the outer eye corner where the occipital, or rather the orbital bone is. You'll feel your eye hollow and kind of level to the pupil. I'm not going to use the stick there because it's just too close to my eye. It feels a little tender here. I'm pulling back so you can see. Definitely tender in this organ point. I don't have them all memorized, but I will put a link to that below the comments. By the way, if you like my channel, please feel free to hit like, subscribe, and share. Okay, so there I am. I finished that one. Now I'm going to go right under my pupil. This one, I think I can use the stick. So I'm still on the orbital bone, like on the cusp of the orbital bone, underneath the pupil of my eye. Great, okay. Be gentle with this. Always you can just revert to your finger. Okay, now we're gonna go about 2 finger widths up above that middle eyebrow point. Grab the stick again. And there we go. We're gonna just spiral that. Not crazy about the flat end. It feels a little splintery. This is better. Okay, that was 40 rotations. Now I'm gonna go straight up to the hairline. This one I'm gonna use my finger. So you could just sort of toggle back and forth between your fingertip and an object that is smooth. And this hairline point is super sore for me right now. So it's like another organ point that I know is slightly off balance. That finger's getting tired, so I'm gonna go to this finger. And it can feel really good to breathe when you're doing this. Now I'm gonna lean in. Can you see the difference between this side of my face and this side of my face? This side lifted. And I've only done the eye points and the brow points. I'm gonna go in and do the cheek section. So you start here. See if I like it with my stick. Nope, it's too sharp. I'm gonna use my finger. This one feels really good. Don't worry, I'm not picking my nose. I know it looks like it, but you can see my fingers off to the side. So this point is like outside of your nostril, right at the top of that nasolabial fold. And again, I'm super sore here. Now I'm trying to remember if this is a lung point. This one is kidney, by the way. That's why like people who have kidney imbalance get really dark circles under their eyes. Okay, now from there, I go out a couple finger widths kind of the thickest center of the apple of the cheek. I want to say this is either spleen or lung. Could be, yeah, bladder is more around the mouth. It's the organs kind of go, they follow the pathway in the face, the organ points of the way the organs sit in your body from top to bottom. Okay, that was really great. Now I'm gonna go to my outer mouth corner. Obviously you wanna have clean hands when you do this. And then underneath the lip on about a finger width to the side of the middle. Okay, great. Now, ear. In between where that upper part of the ear curls up and the lower part, there's a depression, not inside the ear, but on the outer side of the face. Be careful with your ears. You can see I'm not using a stick here. And then I call this the earring point. It's right here. And this one. So when you get into the middle of the face, it's gonna lift up your cheeks. It's gonna smooth and firm your cheek area. It'll smooth nasolabial folds. And doing acupressure also helps with discoloration. Different points govern different aspects of discoloration. As I mentioned, brown spots, that's liver. But like rosacea can be cured. So this one feels a little tender to me as I go here. And then there's one on the side of the jaw, like right here. Feeling a lot of relief as I do this because I fight TMJ, so my jaw gets tight. Okay, good. Then you can kind of just underscore the work you've done with freeing up the energy by then following and lifting everything up energy-wise. You've sort of unleashed this dormant energy. Now you're gonna just let it all kind of flow up, guide it up and out. That's gonna help the whole process. There is an optional acupressure point under the chin. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the triple heater point. If you know differently, feel free to correct me. I am not an expert. I'm not an acupuncturist or an acupressurist professionally. I have been shown this workout and this lifting pattern by a friend of mine who is. Shelley Goldstein. She wrote a book called Your Best Face Now. It's really great. And it goes over the points that you can use to lift your face in more detail. All right, and then you can just kind of go up the side of the neck and sweep up the energy. It's contraindicated versus what I just showed you with lymphatic drainage, but this is more about chi moving up into the face. Okay, so look, I'm gonna pull back. Do you see that this side, this eye is looking bigger? This side of my face is more lifted and it's smoother. Look. Okay. So that is one side of the face in an acupressure lift. Let's go ahead and do the other side real fast so that nobody's in balance. And this will help you to remember. Okay, start in the middle. That's 40. Tear duct. Okay, that was 20 rotations on the inner eye tear duct. I'm grabbing my stick for above the eyebrow. Now, if you find a point where there's like extra tightness or soreness, you can do a little bit more. This one feels sore to me, so I'm going a little bit more. I go back in with my finger. Some people prefer to use their finger because you can feel it. Okay, now I'm going to go to my outer or eye corner and smile and breathe, knowing that you're lifting your face, you're smoothing your face, you're correcting imbalance. Go underneath the middle of the pupil on the orbital bone cusp. Get this stick out of my hand. I'm on a roll, so I don't want to stop. Literally, I'm on a roll here. Did we do the inner eyebrow? We can't forget that. That's for number 11s. You can see if you put too much oil on it, your finger gets slidey on the point. So you want to have enough traction that you're able to really kind of bore into the point. Now, when you find the point, you just put your finger there and you sort of drill on it. You're not going to want to move it around. You want to stay on the point and really get in there. Okay, middle eyebrow. I think we already did this one. Feels good. I think intuitively, I'm just keep going back here because I'm imbalanced right in there. So about 2 finger widths above that point on the forehead. This is going to help smooth the forehead, lift the forehead. Now, forehead lifting is a great way to really drop age from the face. It's something that you might not think about if you're younger, but as we age, we lose some fat. We lose volume in the face from losing fat in the face and adipose tissue, it's called. But we also lose volume because muscle fibers, that was a tongue twister, get thinner and longer. So that's why the face can start to look droopier, which is why you want to exercise your face. All right, now I'm going way above that point to my hairline. Same thing here. Lots of soreness. I can't tell if my eye makeup is running. You know, when you're wearing eye makeup and then you start working with oil, all kinds of things can happen. But I'm dedicated to doing this tutorial. I'm just going to keep going. Okay, that felt really good. Now that inner ear point, it's right here. Go in there, not inside the ear, but on that kind of middle point in between the shell in the center there on the side of the face. And remember, if you're looking for an organ point, there's usually an indentation. And what else? You'll feel sometimes sensitive or sore. That's an indication that you're on an organ point and that it's out of balance. I'm going to go to my little earring point, I call it, right underneath the earlobe on the side of the face. I might just release my lower jaw while I'm doing this so I'm not locking it. And if you're a very sensitive person, you're going to start to feel the chi, the energy moving. It feels really good. Okay, so let's just do a little massage there, kind of underscoring what just happened around the eyes. Okay, I'm going to pull back. Do you think it's a little more even? My eyes look more even. Everybody's a little uneven, so now we're going to go to this, the cheek points. This one's for nasolabial folds, which is something I combat because I am just genetically prone to these. But maybe it's another organ imbalance. I was diagnosed as being liver imbalanced, but you know, it can change, or it can be more than one thing. Similarly to Indian Ayurvedic system, where we have what's called doshas, your body type or your energy. And most people have more than one. They'll have like a dominant and then one that's less predominant and combinations. So it does get tricky. And in old Western medicine, back in like the medieval times, there was the same kind of diagnostic tool called the humors. Okay, now we're going to go to the apple of the cheek. The humors was more like what element rules you, what body energy. Yeah, it was a similar body energy system. So there was like the phlegmatic type, somebody who builds up a lot of phlegm, the choleric type, sanguine, rheumy, I believe was one, like Rheumy. So rheumatic, you know, like which gland, which fluid was most predominant. So it's actually a smart way to diagnose. And then Western medicine came along and said, this is completely unscientific. But I think these ancient, old, traditional medicines that observe fluids and observe ratios, and observe the appearance of the skin as a form of diagnosis, they're very accurate a lot of times if you know what you're doing. Okay, so there we go. We've done that cheek point. I'm gonna go right here. You can see I just dropped the chopstick completely. That was an idea. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but it didn't really work that well. It was too splintery. But I do have these colored pencils that are very smooth and lacquered. They don't have erasers at the bottom, and I use the bottom of those. But there's nothing wrong with the finger. Just make sure your hands are clean. Then you're gonna go like, here's the middle, go about a finger width over. There are chin points. I don't know if I did this on the other side. And right here, I believe, is one. You can kind of follow the pathway of the work you just did. Bring the energy up. Did I do the outer lip corner? Getting distracted. I'll go back under the chin. Now, once you memorize these points, you can do this when you're watching TV, because it does take a while. But I used to do it with a show I was watching. You know, I don't know about you guys. I usually have like one show I'm watching at any given time. I don't watch more than one. But now, you know, of course, with streaming, you can watch one show a night. In the old days, it was like every week. Okay. Now, in a perfect world, you would do those points about 2 to 3 times. And the more you do them, the more results you're going to get. So that is acupressure facelifting. And I just want to show you, if you've ever worn those weights for nausea, for motion sickness, those points also work. So on the base of your big mound here on your hand underneath the thumb is a big one. And then there's one on either side of those tendons at the base of the wrist in the center. Remember, if you ever wore, I had morning sickness and I would wear those little magnetic wristbands. I still had the morning sickness, but maybe it helped a little. Okay, so that was here, here, and here. And then you can make like a 90-degree angle with your arm and find that point right here outside of the elbow joint where it's a little soft. So similarly to the face, when you find those indentation points, ooh, this one's really sore. And these body points help your face. But again, it's holistic. So while you're helping your face and your face is gonna look better, it's also helping your organs and the entire system, because in traditional Chinese medicine and in traditional Indian medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, and in very old medieval Western medicine, we're treating the whole system, and health comes from the center and radiates outward. So when you're healthy, you look better. Everything functions better. This one's really sore. Okay, and then like 4 fingers down on the top of the forearm is another one. Maybe it's more like 2 fingers down. You'll feel it. It's kind of sensitive. It's in the center of the forearm. 3 fingers down from the elbow joint, like right there. And I'm breathing because I can feel it's really releasing the chi. Okay, so again, I'll just do those on this side. You don't want to perpetuate imbalance. You know, I had a blowout and then I had to go and ruin it by putting oil on my face. I should have pulled my hair back. FYI, guys, if you're using face oil, pull the hair back, especially if you have that fine hair like me. Okay, in the middle, like there. Yeah, that's it. It's like 2 fingers down. And you know, if you've ever had a really good foot rub, that's acupressure too. You just sort of go, when you hit a spot. I'm doing that. It's like almost drooling on camera. Okay, so there are other points. They're on the feet. There's some on the legs. If you guys like this, I will do a more detailed post. I just kind of wanted to give you some different face tricks for lifting the face, and pick a show you like to watch and just go to town. Do this a few times a week and you'll see a huge difference, okay? Namaste from the Yoga Face. Thanks for joining today. This turned out to be a much longer post than I thought it would be, but I'm excited to post it and get feedback. And remember to hit the like button, subscribe, share, all that good stuff for more about natural face health and rejuvenation and natural beauty. Bye guys, see you next time. Namaste.